Farida Amin, and I am in clinical research, and मैं भी आप लोगों की तरह जब फाइनल ईयर और थर्ड ईयर फोर्थ ईयर में जब कम्युनिटी मेडिसिन की क्लासेस हुआ करती थी, तो आई यूज्ड टू बंक दोस क्लासेस थिंकिंग दैट इट्स जस्ट द लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्लास you could come across, and it was very very boring. And then I realized that I am just stuck in research for some reason. जो चीज से मुझे बहुत ही ज्यादा मैं भागती थी, I got stuck in it. So here I am. I did my master's for 2 years, and then I did my PhD for 5 years. So I studied research for 7 years, even after bunking those community medicine classes, fortunately or unfortunately. So I'm going to teach you how not to bunk those important research classes, because I guess it's very important. And as you know, the world is advancing, as the technology is actually, there's a blast of technology all over the world. I would say that doing research and knowing what is best for your patient clinically is very very important now. And only if you know how to do a research, if you're equipped with the basic tools to do a research, only then you can come up with a lot of answers and do a lot of critical thinking, which is very very important in today's era, I would say. So let's just move on. I'm just going to give you an overview of what we will do in this research course, and this is very important. As I did my PhD, I realized that the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. So you know, learning is a lifelong process, and it just goes on and on and on. And you just have to be there. You have to be updated. You need to keep on asking questions and trying to answer those. So even at this level, I am learning just as you all are. And I learned so much from a lot of candidates, from a lot of participants, my students. I keep on learning from them. And my students know that all the time I am there to help them out, to facilitate them, and also to learn from them. So, you know, the learning goes on. And why do you need to conduct research? Why do you need to publish research? I'm sure all of you have different sort of incentive to do research. Some people want to increase their knowledge. Some people would like to know more. Some people would like to be promoted, and for promotion, they need those papers. Some people would like to make an impact. Some people want to teach. Some people want to spread their knowledge to other people, to disseminate knowledge. So, you know, you have different purpose of attending these research courses and learning how to do research. But I must tell you that in today's world, it is very important for even advancement of your career. If you look at the HEC criteria, the higher education criteria, I'm sure whichever country, whichever city you belong to, there are certain higher education commission there in your particular country, particular part of the world, and they have their rules for promotion, for advancement of your career. And everywhere around the world, publication is one of the important criteria for advancement of career and promotion. So it is very important for you to keep on learning, keep on doing research, and then publishing papers in good impact factor journals to also advance your career, along with answering all those questions and critical thinking. So how do you begin research? I'm sure a lot of you are from are basic researchers, are people who are learning, who are trainees. A few of you might be young faculty. A few of you might be faculty who would like to publish now, start publishing now. So I'm sure a broad idea of how to go about research is very important for you all. iPhone, may I please know your name? You are saying I can't hear you. I hope other people can hear me. So there's a problem with your connection. Please get it right. So first of all, when you're starting research, you have to think of a broad research topic, right? For example, kahan se aate hain research topics? Please let me know if any of you doesn't understand Urdu, because you know the Urdu keeps on coming in between whatever I'm saying. So I hope all of you can understand Urdu. So where do those questions come from? It just comes from randomly from a clinic you are conducting, you know. So you're in a clinic, and a patient with COVID comes to you who has mild COVID symptoms. symptoms and you're thinking, should I give him antihistamines, and would antihistamines be better than a placebo in relieving his symptoms? Or you are in a clinic and a patient comes to you who is anemic, and you ask the patient if that patient is chewing betel nuts or erica nuts, or ya jisko hum supari kehte hain, right? So a lot of people in South Asia chew betel nuts. So we think that is anemia associated with betel nut? And then you look for some data, for some research, and you don't find anything on it. So you would want to know that if erica nut or betel nut chewing is associated with anemia, right? So these random questions just keep on popping up in your mind as you're doing your clinics. If you're a physiotherapist, when you're doing physiotherapy of your patients, you come up with new techniques of doing physiotherapy, and you think if the old conventional technique is better than this new technique, or this new technique has more to offer to the patient than the conventional technique. If you are a pharmacist, then you think of two different drugs, and you think if one drug may be better than the other drug in relieving the symptoms, So there must be so many questions popping in your mind here and there as you're conducting clinics, as you're doing physiotherapy on your patients, as you're giving patients prescriptions, medications, So whatever field you may be in a clinical field, in a paramedical field, there's so many questions which come along your way on a daily basis. So how to answer them, right? You need to search literature. You need to look for previous studies which have taken place, which have been published. Then you need to come up with clear-cut objectives, measurable objectives which you can achieve. You need to design a research protocol, and then you need to devise a plan for your research. How are you going to recruit participants? How are you going to include or exclude participants? What statistical analysis would you do? So many things. And then you need to submit this research protocol or a research synopsis. So protocol and synopsis is the same. So you need to basically submit this research protocol to an institutional ethical review board. This is very, very important and mandatory for any publication. So whenever you send your research for publication to any journal, that journal would ask you for an ERC approval, an ethical review committee approval. So you need to get that. And for that, you need to have a protocol. Then you start collecting data, then you analyze, interpret results, then you write a manuscript, and finally you publish or you send your manuscript for publication. So what are we going to do in this research course is all these first 7 things, right? We are going to learn how to develop a research question, how to plan your research protocol, how to come up with objectives, how to collect data, and then how to analyze data. So that's what we are going to do in the 12 sessions of research protocol writing course, right? So this is just a summary of what we will be doing in the next 12 sessions. In the current batch, we have starting from assistant professors to consultants to directors to FCPS candidates to PG trainees to residents, students and physicians and MPhil people and physical therapists and telemedicine physicians in this group, which is a very diverse group, I would say. And so far, we've already conducted 4 batches of research protocol, and we have candidates from all these places. So we've trained 164 candidates in the past, and of course, they belong to diverse medical and paramedical fields, as you can see here, from various institutions, not only in Pakistan, but in UAE, in Japan, Saudi Arabia, UK, Canada. So we have people who have attended this. Really good feedback, as you can see here, that I would say the best part of this course is how we personalize it. So it's a very अभी तक भी जितना आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, सुना होगा, आप सलीमा से interact कर रहे होंगे with the admin. I'm sure you're finding the admin very facilitative, and all the facilitators, all these teachers will be very, very supportive, and they're going to teach you with passion. And any questions which you may want to ask, any assistance which you may need, which may be related, which may not be related to the research course, we'll be happy to help you with it, because The reason is that the basic idea of this course is to create an interest in research, not only to teach you and then leave. Right? We want you to make substantial contribution to the research in Pakistan specifically, but wherever you're from, wherever you're working, you should be able to contribute in your own capacity to your best of ability. So that is the basic objective of this course. So these are just the feedbacks of different students which you're seeing on the screen. I'm not going to read it, but it's pretty good, of course. That's why we're showing it to you. So the vision is, as I said, to create a zeal of clinical research among young faculty and postgraduate trainees and provide them the basic tools to conduct high quality research. And we are going to provide you with fundamental knowledge as to how to conduct clinical research. We would have hands-on workshops. We would give you assignments. We would give you feedback on your assignments. And finally, at the end of the course, what are you going to achieve? So at the end of the course, you're going to be able to make a protocol, a synopsis for research on your own. So you would have a research question, you would have a plan for your research, उसके बाद आपको सिर्फ data collect करना होगा और आपको जो है results analyze करके publication करनी होगी, right? So we're going to give you all the basic tools जिससे आप आगे बढ़ के you can publish your own scientific paper. If you're a CPSP candidate, if you're a postgraduate trainee, or you're doing your thesis, if you're a master's student, or if you're an assistant professor, you want to advance your career to associate professor, or you're an associate professor, you want to advance your career to professorship, you need publications, and inshallah, we will be able to support you and give you all the basic tools you would need to write a good research protocol, and then finally to get a good research outcome from it, right? So the session 1 of this course, we would teach you how to come up with a research question, and by the end of session 1, everybody would have a research question of their own and a workable research question. That is, I would say, the most challenging task of the whole protocol writing, to come up with a good research question which you want to answer and which any good journal would want to publish in their scientific journal. Searching literature, how to find out the gaps in literature regarding your research topic, and how to actually come up with a rationale of your research. Writing objectives, and you know that the objectives should always match the title of your study. So whatever your question is, your objective should be measurable, and you should be able to answer that research question which is in your mind. Session 4 would be on EndNote referencing manager. तो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि कोई भी मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट होती है उसके अंदर numbers लिखे हुए होते हैं introduction में, discussion में, and those numbers are actually references, और ये numbers manually नहीं डले हुए होते हैं, ये referencing manager के through डलते हैं, और तभी आप जो है ना वो जब उसको modify करते हैं किसी भी manuscript को या write-up को, तो references खुद ब खुद arrange हो जाते हैं. तो बार बार आपको numbers ऊपर नीचे नहीं करने पड़ते. Referencing manager ke through, when you enter your references, the references get arranged automatically. So we're going to teach you that very important EndNote software. Then you would know how to come up with the best study design for your research. Study observation hai, cross case control studies, case series, clinical trials, ये सब चीजें सुनने में बड़ी fancy लगती है, but when you're going to study it, you would know that it is very, very easy and actually very comprehensible, and you would be able to practically apply these study designs to your yes, beta, iPhone, whoever you are, please let me know your name. Recordings will be available for each लेक्चर. जब लेक्चर खत्म हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद आप अगर अटेंड नहीं भी कर सकते हैं तो आपको रिकॉर्डिंग अवेलेबल कर दी जाएगी. यू कैन हैव अ लुक एंड देन यू कैन सबमिट योर असाइनमेंट्स accordingly. Session 6 will be about addressing biases and confounding in research, coming up with inclusion exclusion criteria, और थोड़े फैंसी टर्म्स जो क्लिनिकली बहुत ज्यादा हम सुनते हैं, सेंसिटिविटी, स्पेसिफिसिटी, पॉजिटिव प्रिडिक्टिव वैल्यू, नेगेटिव प्रिडिक्टिव वैल्यू, ये सब क्या होती हैं, ये यू विल गेट टू नो, and inshallah you will get to know in a way that you will never ever forget. Session 7 will be about sampling techniques and research setting. Sampling techniques जैसे कि आपने सुना होगा random sampling, systematic sampling, cluster, stratified, again those fancy research technique terms you're going to understand, and you're going to be able to apply practically to your research all these types of sampling techniques. Research, understanding research ethics is yet another very important component of doing good quality research. And these days, whenever you submit your study to any good journal, they would ask you about your research ethics, whether you've gotten an approval from the research committee, ethics committee of your institution or not, and what are the specific ethical issues which you might be facing when you are conducting your research or sending your research for publication. What is plagiarism and how to avoid it, right? That's what you're going to learn from this ethics session. You're going to also learn calculating sample size. मेरे ख्याल में ये sample size calculation हर वक्त एक मसला बना हुआ होता है सब लोगों के लिए. So you're going to get to learn it in a very easy way from our statistician. You would be able to develop a questionnaire for your study. You would be able to understand what are variables, quantitative variables क्या होते हैं, qualitative variables क्या होते हैं. SPSS पे data entry की एक workshop होगी. कोड कैसे करते हैं वेरिएबल्स को, रिकोडिंग कैसे करते हैं, कंप्यूट कैसे करते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू हैव हाइट एंड वेट ऑफ द पेशेंट और आपने बीएमआई नहीं लिया है, तो हाउ वुड यू कंप्यूट फ्रॉम द एसपीएसएस सॉफ्टवेयर बीएमआईज, राइट? सो इफ यू हैव द हाइट एंड वेट, आप खुद ब खुद सारा ऑटोमेटिकली कैसे कंप्यूट करेंगे. सो कंप्यूटिंग, कोडिंग, रिकोडिंग और एंटरिंग द डेटा. ठीक है? Then you're going to learn how to collect the data in a way that it is authentic and it is you can enter the data in a proper way and then analyze it as well. What else you're going to learn? Session 11 and 12 will be on statistical analysis. Again, हमारी सबकी जिसको कहते हैं ना कि research की दुम के जिसमें जो है वो हमेशा हमें प्रॉब्लम रहता है, हमेशा एक इशू रहता है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग पी वैल्यू, ये 0.05 क्या होता है, पी वैल्यू ड्राइव की जाती है और इसको कैसे आसान लफ्जों में समझे. The good thing about this course would be that because I'm not a statistician, मेरी बातें आपको आपके सर के ऊपर से नहीं गुजर जाएंगी. You would be able to understand it and in a way that a clinician, that a medical person, that a paramedical person should be able to understand. And practical implications, practical applications of all these statistical tests, जिसमें chi-square tests, t-tests, non-parametric tests, mean, median, mode, 2x2 table, descriptive statistics, ये सब चीजें ऐसे आप सीखेंगे कि आप खुद निकाल सकेंगे अपनी स्टडी के लिए. आप खुद अपने SPSS डेटा पे ये चीजें लगा के and you would be able to derive p values from your own data. And I would say that the previous group, whichever group has taken this course, has actually given us a feedback that the SPSS they are now really good at SPSS. So I think that it will be a good learning journey for all of you. How are you going to get the course certificate? So you need at least 50% attendance, which is mandatory to get a certificate. And at least you should be able to submit a final assignment, which would be of the complete protocol, and class assignments की 50% weightage है. तो दोनों की 50-50% अगर आपकी compliance है, तो we would give you a course certificate. ऐसा हो सकता है कि कुछ सेशंस आप पर्सनली अटेंड ना कर सकें, उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग्स भी अवेलेबल कर दी जाएंगी. यू कैन लुक एट द रिकॉर्डिंग्स, बट आई वुड सजेस्ट यू ऑल टू अटेंड द सेशंस रादर देन टेक द रिकॉर्डिंग्स, क्योंकि जब अटेंड करते हैं ना तो आप इंटरैक्टिव होता है. यू कैन टॉक टू मी, यू कैन आस्क योर क्वेश्चंस एंड आई एम एबल टू आंसर ऑल योर क्वेरीज. सो प्लीज ट्राई टू अटेंड द क्लासेस इन पर्सन रादर देन टेकिंग द रिकॉर्डिंग्स, व्हिच helps a little less than actually attending the class. Any questions you have, सवाल अभी तक के आप लोगों के? काफी सारी चीजें मैंने आप लोगों को बताई हैं. Any questions, feedbacks are welcome all the time. We always get feedbacks after each session, and you can always suggest us how to improve the quality of the program. कोई सवाल आ रहे हैं इस वक्त दिमाग में? कोई भी ऐसी चीज आ रही है जो आपको लग रहा है कि ये कोर्स कवर करेगा या नहीं करेगा? Anything which you have in your mind, you can just write in your chat boxes and I can answer you right now. बीच में भी आप लोग सवाल कर सकते हैं. Where can you get the recordings, Huzaifa? वो आप Salima has actually made a group of people who have registered already, और जिन लोगों को register करवाना है तो उनको भी हम वो उस WhatsApp group में डाल देंगे. जब भी session complete हो जाता है तो Salima shares a link with you all, और उस link पे जाके आप recording को देख सकते हैं. ठीक है? So that shouldn't be an issue at all. And workshops भी इसी तरीके से होती है. All the courses online. We are going to have sessions on Saturdays. और सैटरडेज जो है वो उसमें हमारा जो है वो दोपहर में सेशन होता है. सलीमा, इज इट 2 to 3:30? So
yes, Farida, it's 2 to 3:30.
Right. People are asking me about CME credit hours. बेटा इसमें accredited तो नहीं है, लेकिन you're going to get teaching hours. जितने आपने इसमें 19 teaching hours है, so you're going to get those teaching hours. Do you do proofreading of any of the research or thesis? Proofreading, Sobia, in what way are you saying कि जो है वो thesis आप मुझे submit करवाएं और आपको जो है वो उस पे पूरा एक अपना जो है वो sort of feedback दे दूं? मिलेगा FA Educators की तरफ से with my sign in there. It will be on a Saturday, Rehan, because a lot of people are joining from UAE, और UAE में Sunday is a working day, so for everybody Saturday soon. तो ये Saturday को ये होगा. Okay, so collaborations would be easier for you to do अगर आप research collaborations करना चाहते हैं. So आप लोगों की जो research collaborations है वो हो सकती हैं within the group. Of course, you're going to find people of your own interest and your own medical specialty, and you can collaborate with them for any research you would like to have. If you're a medical student, even then, you know, I can help you with it. आप जहाँ पर भी हैं, you can find a supervisor, faculty के साथ, and faculty would be happy to take you if you know the basic research skills, if you have them. Because मैं आपको बताऊं, a lot of people who are even at the stage of the faculty, they're consultants, research skills में हम सब बहुत weak हैं. As I already said कि community medicine की मैंने भी bunk मारी थी classes. So I'm sure a lot of my colleagues and people who have graduated with me have done the same thing. So a lot of people are very weak in doing research. So any medical student, even if you take up research and if you're able to come up with a good quality protocol, any consultant would be happy to collaborate with you. That would be an honor for anybody. Mehwish, timings का जो है वो 6 o'clock पे, because we have another course running, तो इस course का fixed है, we can't change it. Publication में beta, I do help in I can assist you and tell you how to get your papers published, but of course मतलब मैं personally सारे journals की editor तो हूँ नहीं कि मैं यहाँ वहाँ influence लगा के आपकी publications करवा Yeah, any more questions you have? Can we discuss our research work during the course? Of course, Maliha, that is the whole point. We would continue to discuss your whatever questions you have in your mind. Secondly, आप जब assignment submit करवाएंगे ना, तो we're going to give you, I am going to give you a feedback on it. The statistician would give you her feedback on it. The ethics specialist would give you her feedback on it. So you're going to continue to get feedbacks on your assignments and make your question and your protocol better and better. Yes. So any more questions? Yes, Sabah, I'm sure you're going to have a good time. If you, even if you're not interested in research, I'm going to make sure you become interested in research after a couple of sessions, maybe. When you're going to be able to find a research question for yourself, I'm sure that would increase your interest in research and it would excite you. Sobia, I'm sorry, I missed your question. Could you please come back on it? You can do the groundwork, like write-up or analysis. Is that feasible for you? Okay, so yeah, our statistician can help you with, result analysis. Lekin beta, I'm sure you would be able to do it yourself once you attend this course. That is the purpose of it, right? We're not connecting you to people who can do everything for you, but we want you to do it yourself. That's how you're going to learn, right? वरना पैसे देके तो कोई भी कुछ भी करवा सकता है बेटा, वरना तो कोर्स अटेंड करने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है ना? Khatija, I am also looking forward to interact with this diverse group of people. I want my thesis to be checked once. Sobia, so I'm sure for your thesis, you must be having a supervisor होंगे आपके committee members होंगे, ये सब लोग होंगे. So it is better कि जिन लोगों के साथ आपने thesis पे इतना काम किया है, जिनके साथ आप लेके चले हो अपने thesis को, they should be reviewing it rather than, a third party. Synopsis dissertation tool, yes. सुमेरा, ये हमारा पूरा का पूरा जो बेसिकली जो कोर्स है ना, ये है ही बेस्ड ऑन द फैक्ट के जिस तरह से CPSP आपसे जो प्रोटोकॉल की रिक्वायरमेंट्स चाहता है ना, ये उसी पे बेस्ड है. एंड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु अटेंडेड दिस कोर्स वर एबल टू गेट देयर साइनॉप्सिस approved by CPSP in one go. So I'm sure कि ऐसा possible है, और जो objections भी वो लगा के भेजते हैं ना, वो बहुत ही minor होते हैं, जो कि easily addressable होते हैं. How to write articles from your thesis? Well, that's not the objective of this course. I am only going to, वो जो manuscript writing course है ना हमारा, ये उसका objective है. So we have two courses. One is the protocol writing course, and another course we conduct is the manuscript writing course. ये जो आप कह रहे हो ना, articles thesis में से निकालना, ये manuscript writing course के objectives हैं. ठीक है? Yes, Sabah, excellent. I am sure you'll be able to do it with flying colors, inshallah. Sobia, yes, Salima is going to share the details of both the courses. दूसरा course तो अभी हमने recently खत्म किया है, so we're going to start the other course in a couple of months. लेकिन ये वाला course अभी जो है वो for all those people who would like to learn how to write a protocol, study designs के बारे में, SPSS learn करना चाहते हैं, EndNote software learn करना चाहते हैं, referencing, write-up, introduction writing, objective writing, ये सब चीजें we are going to teach you. Mehwish, between 2 and 3 I am on road. Okay, Mehwish, ये तो मसला है 2 से 3 वाला, but you can always get the recordings, और थोड़ी देर के लिए जो आपका मिस हो जाता है ना, वो फिर आप बाद में cover up कर सकते हो. Because a few of our session will be hands on. उसमें SPSS जैसे होगा ना, तो आप लोगों के पास एक लैपटॉप सामने होना चाहिए, आप SPSS पे एंट्री कर रहे होंगे, मैं आप लोगों को पढ़ा रही होंगी, तो अगर आप गाड़ी में होंगे तो वो चीजें आपकी वर्कशॉप वाली चीजें मिस होंगी. ठीक है? So I would again highly recommend that you all should attend the sessions in person rather than taking the recordings. अरीज, सुपरवाइजर मतलब मुझे बनाना चाहे, ये तो आप लोगों की मर्जी है. मैं तो मतलब इस कोर्स का ये ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है कि मैं आप लोगों की सारों की पब्लिकेशन में को ऑथर बन के जो है वो फारिग हो जाऊं. मैं आई एम ऑलरेडी अ प्रोफेसर, राइट? आई ऑलरेडी हैव अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 35 publications, so I don't need to be on any of your papers, and I can help you out without getting any sort of credit credit for it or authorship for it. So you can just ask me for help whenever you like. हाँ, लेकिन अगर आप मुझसे कहेंगे कि मेरे 400 पेज का थीसिस आप जो है वो इस पे अपना फीडबैक दे दें, तो ऑफ कोर्स मेरे लिए देना इतना आसान नहीं होगा, बिकॉज यू नो आई नीड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू गो थ्रू इट, राइट? आपको पता है कि थीसिस जब आप बनाते हैं तो 4 साल 5 साल लगा के वो थीसिस बनाते हैं, तो हाउ कुड आई जस्ट गिव अ फीडबैक टू यू इन 10 minutes or 15 minutes or even in an hour, right? So it's just humanly not possible. Any other questions? Yes, Sadat, I am looking forward. Sadat, I'm looking forward to teach you all, because this is my passion. Teaching is my passion, and I love my students. I really like to teach, and I really like to interact with so many budding researchers and the future generation of researchers. Yes, Imrana, are you the same one from Family Medicine Group? Yes, of course, सबा सर्वे जो है वो क्रॉस सेक्शनल स्टडी को ही सर्वे कहते हैं, तो ये सब चीजें ना आप सीखेंगे. सर्वेज ही क्रॉस सेक्शनल स्टडीज एक स्टडी डिजाइन है. सर्वे इज अ टाइप ऑफ स्टडी डिजाइन, तो ये तो आप सीखेंगे ही. आप लोग सर्वेज तो ज्यादातर लोग सर्वे कर रहे होते हैं, ठीक है? एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? Thank you so much for attending today's session. Any more questions you would want to ask, you can ask Salima. I'm also there. अगर कोई ऐसा मसला हुआ जो सलीमा आंसर नहीं दे सकती. आर्टिकल राइटिंग, आईफोन, तुम्हारा नाम जब तक मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा ना, मुझे सुकून नहीं आएगा. आर्टिकल राइटिंग के लिए यस ऑफ कोर्स, अगर आपने प्रोटोकॉल ही ठीक से नहीं लिखा है, आपने रिसर्च ठीक से की ही नहीं है, तो आप आर्टिकल निकालोगे कैसे, लिखोगे कैसे? हो ही नहीं सकता ना. जब तक रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी ठीक नहीं है तब तक आप आर्टिकल राइटिंग कर ही नहीं सकते हो. सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आपने रिसर्च प्रोटोकॉल अच्छा बनाना है. आर्टिकल्स तो फिर निकल आते हैं, एक दफा फाउंडेशन बन जाती है तो बिल्डिंग खड़ी हो जाती है, ठीक है? थैंक यू बहरोज, एंड थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग विद अस एवरीबडी. So I'm going to just take leave if there aren't any more questions. Thank you, Hina. Thank you so much. I am honored to know that my way of delivery is excellent. Thank you so much. I am passionate about teaching, I told you. So you have to be passionate about learning as well if you want to be with me, inshallah. Family medicine course, Hina yaar Salima se पूछ लो, want to join family medicine course, so Salima से उसकी जो है वो सारी वो ले लेना. ओ फाखरा, नेटवर्क इशू हो रहा था. आई एम सो सॉरी, पता नहीं सब लोगों के साथ हुआ है या आई डोंट नो, बट ये कि आई एम गोइंग टू एड्रेस दैट इफ देयर इज अ नेटवर्क इशू. रिकॉर्डिंग्स वैसे आप लोग को जब सेशन की मिलेंगी ना तो उसमें वैसे कोई इशू नहीं होगा. अगर ऊपर नीचे थोड़ा सा हो भी जाए कभी नेटवर्क इशू तो यू वुडंट हैव इश्यूज अगर रिकॉर्डिंग होगी आप लोग के पास. एंड रिकॉर्डिंग यू कैन गेट फॉर एवरी सेशन यू वुड लाइक टू हैव, राइट? ओके हिना, हु इज योर हस्बैंड? व्हाट्स योर हस्बैंड्स नेम? अब्दुल जब्बार, फीस वगैरह इट्स 19 आवर्स कोर्स. ये 19 आवर्स की टीचिंग है. इसमें मैंने जो जो बताई वो सारी चीजें हैं. एंड इट इज 12,000, बट फॉर CPSP ट्रेनीज जो है, क्योंकि रेजिडेंट्स होते हैं और स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं तो उनके लिए जो है वो 50% ऑफ रखा हुआ है हमने, बट अदरवाइज इट्स 12,000. ठीक है? सो यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट सलीमा फॉर एनी मोर डिटेल्स. है ना, रिकॉर्डिंग्स भेज दी थी ना फाखरा, तो वो इंशाल्लाह यू गोइंग टू गेट इट. सलीमा, कैन आई लीव? और कोई क्वेश्चंस नहीं है तो हाय, हेलो, बाय बाय, और any more questions?
Thank you, Dr. Farida. It was a lovely session. And I've shared my contact details in the Zoom chat box. So anyone would like to contact me, they can. So take good care of yourself and have a nice evening.